and onye wanted in Zubium. But the time and also as a can ama a body a bo. NSA and matters arising. Revocation of appointments made by MPP, legal or illegal. James Kwabena Bomfe Jr., PhD, Executive Director, Right of Youth and Disability International. Honorable Isaac Buamenyako, MP Efia Constituency. Yawa Sanetano, National Organizer, LPG. But before that, Kwesi Kwatin na Okasa Emashe ya Ehwe Engumesua so. Nyambiadrum oye lawyer ni mapa. Nti oye omo hia ombeka so oye learned colleague. Ba me de me nye learned nti. Hey, we are there sisi pedi. Kwesi mache. Ye. Line 2. Ye, line 2 na ye pupu no. Monsan frequency mami why. Na yene non twetwen komo na afi menko mpeni for so aluta continua
Victoria Aseta.
You are my brother.
Brothers for life.
For life.
Only cardinal on radio.
Aluta continua.
Na cardinal for na minim se adanse ne ka munyuma no ho a anopai se de wo be yi ho adanse wo studio 2 yi de
on se edimbone ya
baste se mina nanu se srewenya se yetin kwawi na ye da nyame ase de mesre aka nyina ne se oman Ghana yenka hunu se nyame edoye man yi pa de mami di adanse mami hunu se nyame doye man yi pa ye de mi hunu o mani so se ewiase nyina de ye nim se wiase esitie yi ni mfimfin eda ye man yi mu ha. At least the Greenwich Meridian and the Equator 102 eshia edi mu 14 nautical miles from Yetemahaya enye kwa
debi
enunti
na me pesa ubo break wa hana me basesi a
mate wanya kwesi akobra
eya kwesi mache
menya me so
na what say
erade ne meti ba so hoye
o nyankopon adom boko enra na yehu krata bia eno efree Ghana Education Service a o kire se achechefu bia ye fa wo mo adwuma mu omo yentwentwen so bia ne na katua nya mbaye onyanko payroll no so no yentwentwen ne de no so ansana kwasi so wo ho asem kampacho wasem ne sen
menya masem bitiawa dinga ne se for better corporate governance practices se bi wa ban bi ifra ban mu na wa make arrangement in terms of say when ya proper financial clearance ama for bi na se bi buru or pake omo egu the public service ni now expect say buy no and I me fa ho ka e bro make preparations bi and provisions bi for him na buy ne ka se ontimi nti bia or revoke appointment sa buy ne ka sa hu se hu so bi ene ho then so say abaya etwemono or get and also obtain proper financial clearance and make provisions for anyone who come out for money juma na buy ne ba na wan share the facts of each case na se be broker say nkora Chrome have research prove say usually in a space of 10 years and some 1 year group or movie national service, half of them can obtain permanent employment. After that 10 years, another half will be searching. Now, by now, take all these matters into consideration. Now, the Kataba say, "What revoke appointment of Biara said be on getting to pay also." Now, a hadrin. They didn't tell me say hadrin. A hadrin say, "Oh, share Ghana Education Service last quarter." Financial clearance in Nyaya. First financial clearance by was in the month of August, specifically 1st August. and near the recruit to one normally the colleges of education. Subsequently September, October, and another clearance of Sobaye. And then also for the recruitment of Onkora, one also every universities or most all license and money at the Umbiti into both teaching and non-teaching field. Now, at the woman say in United says recruitment is not an event, a process. Say be able recruitment and they say what wedding. Now no pana okwa and you may know upon your wedding there be. You verify documents, you check with national service and crown or more details about no multi national service or like teacher license certifications, validation. You check all those processes. Into any unusual if the issuers of the appointment letters are extending, they take it some time. Indeed, even after December 7th, you may still get some people who get the appointment letters, but it does not necessarily mean say be able. The Pakron began the process and I say after December 7th now the Pakron buy the farm. Nefa filing now is based on the financial clearance and I day earlier. At the back also say a triage so pan say ye more be juma no go through that process when you know me be juma. My experience working with Ghana Education Service and Ministry of Education, it takes usually 3 to 6 months and sign any Pakron a staff idea day aba. In some cases, you could be me so boko and be a juma 1 year and a staff ID in the MI. Because of what inefficiencies in even some extent, some technical issues. There have been hundreds, if not thousands, of incidents. Yes, one moon to be matched with the Ghana card. In the eyes of Ghana card, go ye process it. Me say cornerback, na 8 months ahead. Some crown when you're a staff idea, there is no way you can migrate Sani background into government payroll. Indeed, why will you issue a letter? Say, and migrate into the government payroll. Some of them, majority of them, through no fault of theirs. Say, Nipakrono, a staff ID, no, pen winyaye. A bisukra appointment, as the time I find a Jumano was around 1st August. Just because on the basis, say, also on teaming getting on the payroll, some go on where you're ready. On the mere assumption that you suppose some way, somehow, they belong to a political party. Now, me could be Kroger and touch them to Miabra. Now, or mind in a frame, no catch them so on Kwame and some more pepper in your man. And to be more GS recruitment, some more qualified informer. Betty Martin and animal business or more MPP and NDC for. And I don't know why we are doing this to ourselves. Some Korea, Nakwena, London, and Nako USA. The government there will not even ask them where are you from. The government there will not ask them a party card. How do you open your Juma and live with decent life? There will no any crumb in his own country. And look at even the goodwill that this government enjoyed.
But Kwesi,
all of a sudden,
the goodwill aside, Obi Baby say, Sene Kwan or why the funny pub a Juman one pa. Enti most more trap them in Fiang or tree. Or the empha second term no cry, second term, Munya and 9. Year 1, year 2, year 3. Hunyana, man, Fenipa, even year 4 no cry, first half. One Fenipa, a fair more who's a more corner. And a mobile Fenipa, na why a barbitua, or the Sikaben and a barbitua, so more so more common say, your photo on Bibia and them. What is as when I'll be Yano saying?
Nana, sir, and some no mokano, make us a very sweeping and simplistic comment. Sebiebu, Afibia graduating for versus Mboa. Tiafibiano, the numbers and Koromo heard you might be better home. The assumption say, Oba Bema, Ubetima fa Ubia within a space of 1 year or 2 years is not true. Depending on the spaces in here in each public service and other public sector. And of course, you also have to look at the financial capacity of government. I know the Ministry of Finance, clearance. That is where you recruit. So recruitment is done almost every year. Every year, recruitment. At least, senior other sectors, I can speak for Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education. So every year, recruitment is done. So it is not new. Say even in election year, we recruitment. It is not new. And not the for crying to because hey, and I'm not baby. It is not true. Let me mention what day. About December 7th. December 7th, we are to baby. Majority, about 70% of appointees were even afraid to go to work. Because I say, when the time call your even interview after December 7th. and okofa akwan. You should get it. Financial clients and now after December 7, they were here at the cofa. About 99% of will be a fan after December 7 for be a now the process has started around June, August, September. It be a process in the end of the year. Nobody can, in a space of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it doesn't work that way in government sector. And when people say that it is not entirely true, so be in a space of 8 years, all corners for. So all corners for those ones, I agree, you're moving. But let's look at the facts that it presents within the current instance. The current instance is that first against the financial clients by. Subsequently, there was also another one in September and October. So why are we not paying attention to that? That why would Ukrainian clients to be recruited in August? And because of Mustafa, the true no fault of theirs, you say Sangrano or the Kataba say Omuni Peros in your money. Because you assume that all of them had it after December 7. No. Mijutum, after December 7, Buhana, AP will still be getting their appointment letters. But some 10,000. Nana ya okese, meti ma catch say after December 7th, omo appointment letters no will not be more than 500. You be a process ni nwie ana omo ensaka omode.
Kwazi anope yadase bibi akire adwen ebese abane no abekasa.
Meso me dance pa.
Yo. Kwesi kwaten kan no kasa e ma so ya ehwe enwumasua so Kokrokoo dwumade na waso egusu awutie. James Kwabrabomfa Junior PhD oha Honorable Isaac Boamanyako MPF oha Yawasane Tano National Organizer LPG enso ewa ha enchebia na me no mo twetwen enkomo na ansana me de ebekọ na me no ma twetwen enkomo no sa wo ye fiewura na wo single room self contain anase chamber and hall self contain ewo abelenpe ofanko eja heba abeka Tesano Petroleum Swan Lake ena Kingsby area mu hɔ a mesrew sɛ woyɛ fiewura na wo edan single room self contain anase chamber hall self contain omiamia mabobo yi a mesrew ye pb 0543 230 733 0543 230 733 and 0240 094 770 0240 094 770 0240 094 770 sa number see number which me afre so if you are now single room self container as a chamber or self container 0543 230 733 0543 230 733 and 0240 094 770 0240 094 770 no anu go asem so ansana me ne kwesi ko twetwe nkomo no
nti cardinal na me kan kosi se kakra me fi se me mahu ene ne mahwehwem kakra hu ne se nyame ahira ye pa na se ye boye bra yi a na ehunu die na sem kire ye na ye de ose ye oyo ni wogidie ni arehyimu se oman yi ye wo bi kire wiase pa Medase.
Meso medase papa. Name.
Menia.
Let's say.
Nyame ado shira me pa.
The nyame ase.
But anope what caused one of the biggest blunders.
Oh, sir.
Wama party be enya shine.
Party be ya.
Party be to say LPG.
Are only LPG?
There be o.
Now eh.
Almost support to Trumu nti me resign long ago.
Oh, I resigned from LGB.
Long.
LPG.
Long ago.
There's no way.
They don't even deserve. Me independent communicator.
So to a social commentator. Oh, I see. Enya hwe Kofi Akpalo e madam for LPG.
Enya shine no papa, adena she me papa.
Enya hwe. Enya hwe. Nyame ho. Na ho ye ene metwe ho ne san why. Fam boni nyina che me.
Me dia che o.
Me nye biom. Why?
So we ma kontan so nti me dia che o.
After ye nyina ye kohia kogina so so kra ye san ye busuafo. Ye san kohia kogina ye abusuafo.
We ye u ka nyina na ya otia o se ya oboro mi. Ano nya ho abutra.
Na unim so ono so boni a odi me. Because ya tama me no din sa so nyina na wo CPP. Eboa.
CPP dia da papa yo te ho ase.
O de nya na se da.
Mati, na be ban so.
Me no udi nkomo ni nyina na wo CPP.
Sa pepepe.
O cross carpet akọ LPG wa mo mama ne.
Nana
and if ebesi ne nya ne kra na nka menim se wo koso mo LPG
nana se enya mo fidie so a na nka me so po na menim se yayi ma fi CPP
sao
thanks to Kokrokoo Abrabonfe se na open position no nti na me na me acting general secretary and na kwa brane ham that to say father once I pro sami I forget it and no modern to kwasi shase mo se makoka nsem wo adom FM ni other stations my declare my John Mahama etc my describe the party leadership as corrupt enti masa one day ye call council meeting me could do her patrol cars me see from Nima. I didn't know the reason over Abrabonfe what to gate nano pay or ne sobojo. And I was like, but I knew what was going on because now Uncle Mama Hent, you know. Into me crochet mu, and she be a sort of na police for buy and on best swami. Me see me pie. In fact, I'm buy no more can say, ya so much you one person in free meeting. Ni dini say ya say ni dini ya was senator no. And no mama so. I trim me back from, and there was resistance. Me also me munye do nti mama me so mo de me be see from. Luckily for me. And I be share owura professor
na say o be CPP nkomo
anka me boss said that
be o the next time ba
that went on
next time ba forget about the scheme
tutelage of owura Abrabonfe
sir
mo de pam me CPP
me nua kabila oti here
I'm telling you
sir
what they have
yawa me yi
papa baba ni yi na me nim say me share ne hand but the brain behind my removal from the Convention People's Party
sir
and I shame you be seen there.
Maybe Sakabila because at least or Tihe Wakan and once media it is only fair that Obeklen
exactly
Honorable MP
Cardinal
Honorable Efia now what to say
Ghana nyamena adumu yi pa na waso apo me
oh nyanko pardon me ho
divine selection achi
me domesi bibia Efia for what to say
Efia for hu yi Cardinal over the weekend I'm more constituency Friday no a Valentine's Day you know menya akwenya me ne widows ekunafo almost about 600 me ne woni nya nkitahudi kakra me kire mo do me de ma wona se ekunafo Efia constituency yewie ne so asori ko na ndase ne egudu a ye we fia ye ne mebu no egudu ye di nkomofa wonda achi na woni mpuntu nti nyame na adum so far so good efiafo wonenu age ehwe last week edwumeda ye di so a efiafo wonenu aso ehunde wuche peace fm pa nti ma minji na efrido na minchi a wonyina nda no pe minchi ampanyimfo nyina so a wo efia na western region nyina Yankopon nko bia no na onhira na manobia ye bia so onye impuntu on faman
amen doc na ona pam ya sanita no kabira anya de kabira
wa can send the bill hand more but I won't dignify him with the American children and say me fee say nsema abane say yet studio had together. And you have been looking for this opportunity because nsem bi on ma akotena ba bia keka nkrofo dey asem me misa woda because I have not bothered. You've discussed me in very negative light. I don't care. But so ba betena no aka nsem a wo kan no kra bia nim say me pe wo position. Really? Position be na ukuta me pa enu nti me dey me. What are you talking about? Wo sabi who told me in the leadership of the CPP? Yes, exactly. Well, when did you join the CPP? That you sit here and I'm your senior colleague in the CPP.
Exactly, I know.
So what is it that we opposition are? Me no mani brewo. When I was elected as the first elected national youth organizer of the CPP in 2007, where were you? Enti ya okase the American nyina say ya asanita no. Anopai oba I smiled at you, me no akasa fine. Overlooking some of the things that have happened in the past. I didn't think say obeko sa tangent we are no. But aja abanesa the American nyina say me sebi nyame say baby ode me nam no nema bi no won ma me hwe machi bio. I moved on from the CPP in 2020 and I'm not looking back. I've moved on with my life. Enti mesrel also so say ensembi anansesembi wo trimu a but modern say we move on with your life. I didn't even know class wa called Johnny LPG. I didn't know. say who Samia na who can asem no I na make and I don't want to talk. Who is Samia person than me? Who is Samia person than me? Why were you when we were making a chairman of the party in 2011? Why were you?
I was there.
Why were you when I went to campaign for her to become MP for the first time in 2007?
In fact, you made Samia lost that.
What are you talking
2011.
about?
2011, you and Green Street and Co. And
2011, she became chairman of the party. How did she lose election?
Enemies of the true Nkrumahist. You are. And you are.
What the Kokrokoo na CPP in Tokwa?
I am enemies of the.
You see, I've never met him since, and you know.
And you were looking for you thought you found an opportunity on this set to come and do this.
Not looking. I didn't. In fact, they didn't send me names of those who are coming. But seeing you here, and based on the question that Anaya Okese asked, I got the opportunity to let you know that you were the one who instigated my sacking.
Anyway,
when Dele was chairman.
Yes.
Anyway, Mate. I am a 2 minutes so Obi anka CPP before mo party no mo nko hera mo nko peja no. Obi a wo si wako CPP da se wajai wunya ye menji obi a resignation to. Obi a wako CPP a wajai bia menyo resignation nto. Mo nko fie na mo nko sesa mo nko siesie mo party na ye hware. Anyway, Kabila.
Those things.
You want me to go there?
Those things were published.
Public. What was that? Me can't want them.
You
la mo bienu. Party aboja.
Oh yeah, what's it?
When I'm that I never took. I wasn't in charge of finances. I was not.
Bakabila was in charge of finance.
I was not in charge. They opened a different account somewhere and siphoned.
Hey, yeah, Sanita no cancer mo. Nye CPP in Tokwa tina me fro ba ha. Yeah.
Didn't you?
There was no account when I became general secretary.
I'm saying that
I didn't meet an account. I opened an account with central committee. This matter went to court. This matter went to court. Only one account.
And then we had account with then today's APSA, then Barclays Bank. None of the money passed through there.
Which
and
money?
Those are the
Which
things
money?
I complained about.
Which money?
Cars that were registered in people's companies' name.
What is it? Which money?
Me. I was not in charge of.
Yeah, Sanita no. Yo, but you are off air. Yo, you are off air. Kabila ne Sanita no, but you are more off air. Now the grounds rules. But you muntie ni. Yo, Sanita no, but you tie. Yo, Sanita no. Okay. Yo, Sanita no, but you mesrel. We have common yedi. Musi pipi na mo abu agunu no mo meka ho asem wa mo meka CPP asem wa ha ena me pa chaw me mam opportunities obi am denigrate obi ya enti I take responsibility for the Kabila anya ode me pa ho chew fa che me jam manenka ya also the Kabila kan anya ode usu jam manenka I take responsibility for ni nyina eto atwa me pa CPP nkomo bi abium wa ha cause CPP na mo agunu munya ne na mo aba ne edi ho nkomo but and what you mean CPP comment be our heavy now the ground rules are clear. Say yanka CPP as on command me person me tie mo adwen wo ho OSP Ken Oforiatta. Now OSP's latest episode say Ken Oforiatta anya fugitive biom onya wanted biom because say wa man no definite timer or the beba Ghana in May. Nemum se me no so na se wa amade a obesa de na to fugitive and wanted list no so ebium. That is the latest from OSP Ken Oforiatta. And no dan Kenya NSA ghost names Nanabi mu enra nwumrem Nanabi Kasawa ha. Former directors no Mustafa Yusuf and OCSC be so kire say Fourth Estate for adwuma no ye no. In fact in Nanabi's words o say adwuma bone pa. Say a simple check omo ye ni ye anka ombe hu say beyond national service period now omo announce main students no free tertiary eba no in September omo fa nurses any teacher for November and April and it is a pay year ni nyina national service personnel fire enye de omo ye no July no nko a na mum ode September and November ni April ni nyina beka ho no anya total no into that addition no enka fourth estate for ni ye ya enka emma. Then revocation of appointments and matters arising omo a efa omo adwuma ye yi omo di in fact enra na me ka wa ha say ebi mu okra omunya omo aketia in September Ezen Bank omo no mo ye adwuma wa Ezen Bank no for instance omunya omo aketia in September omunyina nso na no fiada ye omo di se omo enkofie nene no main restrict mo me pese time na me de be ma wo no one kasa make a choice and na me de ato anim no baby a opese odo de fa. So in the next 15 minutes I would like to listen to the views of James Kwabena Bomfe Jr. PhD.
Kadna.
Yes, Kabila.
Oman yi agro we yani so efa niema bibre ho. Na I see it demonstrated in the recent conduct of the OSP. I will put on record again, Makan will happen. And I'm sure those who have heard me on this matter will need me position on it. In the creation of the OSP, just like another body like the IOCO, which was previously Serious Fraud Office. And Yamin Kwame position. In fact, or being fumu kunini no yem emra temuafo, Justice of the Supreme Court, late Justice J.N.K. Taylor, or article on it, even though Satana OSP nyemai, on the unconstitutionality of the Serious Fraud Office. It's clearly an amendment of Article 88. If you look at the creation of IOCO, following from SFO, now we show the creation of the OSP. Kwanya ye faso di ye. Now Article 88 no, mra ye mamra no, de ye friend entrenched provisions na kamubi. Untumi nyen sachiremu was ha mamra no ho abra fanko referendum. But we created them by acts of parliament. That was my first point. Say that creation was a problem. You cannot fight corruption with a corruptly created office. I hold that position to date. Osha Ghana amaya atwa ho ahia bibrem ha o man bi to say Kenya. They had a similar office. No more friend Kenya Anti-Corruption Agency. Obinfu a your friend Lumumba, PLO Lumumba. He was the chair of that body, Kaka. Or try Mkrofobi in Kenya. Or don't call court, no. Onya Kukodro they call Supreme Court. That was the end of the the Kenyan Anti-Corruption Agency. I don't want to dignify the office. Say, sebi. Omano yayama ya bedia to say what we need. They here. I bet me dia kon ketaseni proye. Eye officer enye attorney general office. Abra ya mra so ye che say o pese o kon ketaseni proye ya mamra no ya hye ne kenene say eye attorney general office no ene so tu sa na mo no. Tumia ya dedi nipa court ekodina sem ya chechire no chenene e de ato attorney general sreso anase ne na so yes sai ena ya ye emramu sekire o parliament kwan a madwini mu no ene mra no akwankyere no bu abura kakra. Well minya kokodro nko Supreme Court nkope mra nkyerase was ade hu nti ebiaka se Kwabena Bomfe adwenkyere badeanhwe de owura no so oye no sabi se ampampa se OSP enye court OSP entimi mmoko adu no no ansa mbuya nipa no kumfo anase emfa nipa no enkoto se emrane ni nia na just say de OSP beye bia no kame akoye se adwenkyere te se de mete anu a mekire madwini no de akwatemuafo anim na temuafo no abua se adwenkyere Kwabena wuken wo de aba mmara nim dia sa yesom anase ibogu na se wo mo ai wo adwuma mu ho no ni mu mmara chen me mete ye su konoma na wo mu nim nyina achi na ye botra se ye nsusu ye no ye buasi enti yetimi bo bi edin bi se e famra kwan so famra kwan so yaye mate se enra se anopei office kro no afi de o se ono a nsem a ode to former finance minister so no wayi if you say papa na tro won say obeba ha oh my Ghana you see much na amani no dos mesre owura kisi ajabe ene wo mu a oni omu ye adwuma no se huye ana potokasa mu sensationalism ye mfan ko ketase chani proye bone a enam sumase no ye nkunu didim ye fasa akwana na so ene so ano de akoso na nsentam yi ehe na de eko he na de eko sabi swafo a no hwe yesikasem eso say yesesan no kra ansa na mampani akofo ado na mamuo ba na wie ana meboa ha
okrepa Emma Amin Adam ebai
yes Dr. Amin Adam enti seye asoye no ene ye pe nsem bi abusa wo no a mi wagide ne arehemu say wo mo ye handing over notes se boni potin pa bi so ene ekoso ena ye hwehwe owura ofori ata say ne din ka ho a mi fi say wo pe mano asematie ewo nhwehwemu bi a wo ye ho a wo adanse bi dada a wo gina so yes nhwehwemu no
in fact issues no ba ko ye cathedral no
se meba o se mimma o wo nyina so no utimi boaboa no e de ko emranim. In fact my decision not to cooperate with you even when I'm present in the country could be a reason to add up to your story in court. Ebema wasama ye de say emramu no wo ma me ho kwan bia say oh enka memra na memema onkyeremu memeyi me ho ano memfa danse bi mra aye betimi ama kwa adu a wo bo me no e bia nka wadane no wa manti de wo gina e na wo de abai na court frame na me say me ma na no ya hwe de tumi kuta no enti mesre say we no maya ntwe no ayi tintin bia na sabi cardinal ya say obi biara a ye de kwadu abono ana say ya bono kwadu no owo mramu kwan say obeyina no wo hwe ye constitution no mu a the rights that an individual has no the right to be heard. Say impo kasa nipa no obeti ase emu na ese say ye ne etimi communicate ko hwe article 19 ewom enti se sabi nipa no a wo to nsan frɛ no wono twetwene na ase a woni na ase na wo twetwene so no ne be kwatia no a mi fi say wo na wo bɔ no kwadu no wo de ane say wo betete wo nsɛm na wo de akɔ emrani de meka ko si no na masre say ya to aba wie na aban mu nsakyerɛ ba ana tumidie mu nsakyerɛ ba yen kan hu say eyo manfo adwen ne akyerɛ na tumi emramu tumi in fact tumi ankasa kra no ye ni nkaso bibia e wa hyase no e wona wie nti nneɛma mmiɛnsa a mepɛ sɛ wɔnom a yɛde ɔman tumi ama yɛn ama wɔn sɛ yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma mɛpɛ sɛ obiara bɛkae ne sɛ ɛyɛ nneɛma mmiɛnsa ɛna ɛsɛ sɛ wohu sɛ tumi no a yɛde ama no one ɛyɛ nsɔhwɛ ɛyɛ test yɛkari wo ahwɛ sɛ wote tumi ase anaa deɛ ɛtɔ so bio ɛyɛ amanfoɔ kwan ne yɛde ama wo ɛyɛ public trust yɛde ama wo sɛ kuta na fa yɛ deɛ yɛyɛ pɛ ɛnyɛ deɛ wo pɛ it's a trust deɛ ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa ne sɛ breda ho nsɔhwɛ ɛne kwan a yɛde ama wo no it is temporary ɛyi wɔ bere yɛma mmara mu yɛse woyɛ mp mene mp wotie wo term ɛyɛ 4 years mampani ne term yɛ 4 years ayi osp mmara yi a mene no wɔ problem yi mene mmara no na wɔ problem ɛnyɛ osp yɛse term a osp no wɔ ɛyɛ 7 years you see the problem with that thing kra ne sɛ ayi wohwɛ act na attorney general ɛna a proposal anasa o appoint nipa no wo appoint ono ne time ye ayi friend saying 4 years your amount 7 years but again that is another matter that can be discussed, the constitutionality or otherwise of the act itself. Enti mesra say yen kan hunu sa niam mi ensan nso hwe kwan a yenya ene bre tia eda so anase eda ho a yedi adwuma na ye ne sa ye nyina ye be hunu say oman yi a ye chichire no ye chichira ma ya ye ho medase
yaw
nana medase I'm so na mention honorable first time meeting. I wish you well term of parliament na constituency so. Na comrade Bonfen so 10 years ago as MC enemy hon and I share her. Nana the office of the special prosecutor. In my opinion, I am say institutions are ye kunti aketa session. I bet those who dodo. And I say Emma you something like duplication of activities and I say similar issues as I say institutions no almost solving. Now who brought about this particular office of the special prosecutor? His Excellency the former President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In his campaign, a idea what they told na kuma so kenchi the Ghana for say said the project ketasishane kanka adokro the previous administration under Mills Mahama Amisata. It was necessary say ye de bibisa abeba na akomatia ketasishe because at the time let me say oma ye nyina eti ase say ketasishe na ekoso was sa aban mu that is NDC no na emu owirom. Indeed, it was one of the campaign mantras that ebeto nkrofo akoma so say at least in the coming into office of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who promised us or who told us at the time said on here Ghana sika and now said because the born home na or when sika dada yinim ni frititi all these things he promised us. And don't forget say the office of the special prosecutor and yet Ghana the first time and I said the only country e bi wom anya hwekra minim say US omo will be bisa I am say office of the council or something of the sort. Na omo die no some time ago na office of the prosecutor and no office of the special counsel as we speak. Na within it no at a point in time omo an independent counsel. Na omo botae pa esi omo ni say ombeko atia ketasehye. Na omo ketasehye na omo kuntia no omo tenase mankrofo ede ebia bone dwirim ahoro ankrofo edi financially mostly ana omo politics mo edi dwirim ede beto omo anim na omo ayemu nhwehwemu na omo a prosecute sankrofo no enti ayebibia US nso ewo ho enti say if my memory serves me right in the course of Nanado campaign into coming into office no sa mantra of creating the special prosecutor's office say man akoya maneba ebeto international community no akoma so pa and odi be create but as to whether in our constitution now you will be sad I haven't read it yet. In the there was the need for them to create and I say come out with the act of the office of the special prosecutor. Now, of course, we learn from best practices. And probably he modeled it on the US one. Yes, 7 years. And so you be your office of the special prosecutor. But Anna, you also agree with me. So you can't go for or memoha. Special prosecutor buy nini nyumedi. Mo amoye na damfu pa na critics pa me you na ya kese any one lawyer adofo. In terms of criticizing the works of the special prosecutor
and the factual proper context men criticizing Kisia Jabin as a person but Najumaye
oh yes that's exactly
Najumaye they may problem
Najumaye.
And I won't shy away from that.
Yes because I've listened to you on several occasions and I've listened to lawyer Adolfo also on several occasions, but you see Nana, it appears to me say Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo or setting up the office of the special prosecutor started to fight against the special prosecutor in the person of Ura Martin Amidu because of the tribe bunting. As time went on, so he was not being allowed to do his work. In fact, the criticisms that we leveled against Ura Martin Amidu is the same thing probably we are doing to Ura Kisi Ajabin. Fact of the matter is that Nkrofo no power sa office no probably did not envisage say nipa na yɛde na bɛhyɛ ho no sɛ wɔ point yaketa asese dia na kyɛ sɛ yɛn so yɛ wɔ abɛm so yɛka ho because Owura Martin Amidu mayɛ ase say there were some unreasonable invitations now all received from the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to his office and I say big crop sometimes if he made them understood say menua office now with the man independent body and you don't have the right to invite me say member office na member of briefing and I say ufi it is not done in that manner and antawa no ebe start e buy until the same people who created the office started fighting against their own creation. Abedu Sam Pempensui, the same people has fought against the special prosecutor of today, that's Recruitment Jabin. Abesi Sam Pempensui. Until the question is, are we saying say office na yam pe and I say the individual is incompetent? Because so far no, minim say the assembly to anymore when the borders on investigation, a check, you cannot just receive somebody's complaint now immediately no, you take it hook, line and sinker say nipa na yebone. There is the need for you to go through a thorough investigation to be sure say ampa nipa no with this abono, including inviting the person, checking from other sources. Be as I said, a mawunya final conclusion. Say the beya who convicting the panwa, ne who say ampa or A B C D until they are convicting. And these are some of the reasons, in my opinion, NTMA Special Prosecutor's Office no, in some cohort a check. And from my understanding, the load of issues a go also no, and yet adequate. And I would have thought say we will give some room to the office of the special prosecutor. Now omunye umunuma diligently. Enkodum pempeso ombe sure say where the ahwehwem ne yehuni poma sibre. But we have been denigrating the office to a point to say bibi biara kise Jabin ba beto abonten, we see it as more or less unfounded, unnecessary, noise making, etc. Enti yan kasa ye pese ye ticket as so no. We are fighting the special prosecutor as a shared announcement pro enkoso. In my opinion, that is what it means. In the case of Owura Kenuforiata, allegations have been leveled against him. Nobody has pronounced him guilty. The only thing the special prosecutor is seeking to do is a minua bra na yam totuano. And during the presser of the special prosecutor, there are certain information to me in fact to a bonting based on the questions of some of the journalists ebisa no was say enye almost strategy na no de beto abonte and I say nkomo omo ni owura kan oforiate di ni nyina na de beto abonte and yes sir e be compromise the efficacy and their strategy etc. and to be holding on to some of the information, yet we go on to crucify him. What is wrong about inviting Ken Ofori-Atta to come down and answer questions by himself? I don't see anything wrong with it. Nana, in conclusion, me bisa say, enti Owura Ken Ofori-Atta would have the date and time to calm down and come and answer issues by himself. And now Omaya to the point that he was declared fugitive. And by extension, a wanted person. Now the wanted person has been removed, but your name is already all over the globe. So the former finance minister of Ghana, in the person of ABCD, was a wanted person. Until whether removed or not removed, Obian him say you were declared wanted. Why this unnecessary tag on you if you know say conditional woman no? The possibility so between a babe you one. I don't know one can in tem na entwa bibias no man akodum pempen so asabi animguase abekam. Issues are special prosecutor level against Owura Ken Ofori-Atta. Na yɛnyina yɛ nim sem SML yɛ kan ho asem. This PDS and advance payment something tax ni nyina na media house bia ho a onim. Don't also forget that this is a finance minister na odi o mani kwa ho hia mu a ono ankata party members as original say anka yenyi no. Probably at the time no what tiase and also no for mo tiase na anka free ho a anka bia no man kra so bete. But see ya no obi to to nyum. Who na kofa bae. Ono ane wo fa na kofa special prosecutor's office bae. And ono also Ken and why masa no mani nyina abesensen ko. And so for me, I am wholly supporting the special prosecutor to bring him down to come and answer questions and as allegations that have been leveled against him. So the baby ever finding a culpable. No. And Tansa I had be born say who say no could be woman. Nana the SM Rano any 7-year term no soon as your best scrapper, near scrapper, medicine. 7-year term no soon as your best scrapper, near scrapper, medicine.
Answer na meko MP sono. There were few questions I say me bisa because OSP asemi watch my bambi nti my sister my be interested party nti say no ho kwan say me bisa wasem ewo na crucifixion of special prosecutor then obi aye special prosecutor nankasa in person ebema wo beka say crucifixion of the special prosecutor.
Nana I can point without any reason of fear say Owura lawyer Adolfo based on the interview sir with sister station Neat FM conduct and then cast several in fact almost every issue of special prosecutor he has stated categorically say onim na juma were incompetent. Those two words he's been using it and he's not the only person who has been vilifying the special prosecutor.
Make us say obi incompetent oma reason a chrese way na ojina so ndi oka say OSPA incompetent na oma reason.
The reasons in my opinion, I'm not a lawyer.
No, it is not about whether they are tenable or not. Masem bisane say ono Adolfo no ene me akese ene obi odwen sa no enti asiem no. Reasons ya ma reason na enti ya ka say papa no na adwuma no wo hu so. Nana
reasons na mo de my no. And Thomas.
It is not about a toasum and answer me about the yeah, and cause I tangent to train. Say a toasum and I enter asum fair not on chain because I know the ebasa no it becomes so subjective. Ubi our not drain one into fair not on chain. Say, me can't say be a special prosecutor. Na juman own who sono. Me ma reason intimidity say nyina so we into na me ka say papa no onim na juma
reason now with the my in my opinion and I say be a lawyer of my me kind borders especially on Cecilia da pa na nsema ebetodwa na omo say na nka say ensese wo de asem no call baby wo de call first on say initially what the claim say high court is it supreme court before na nka say asem no call a particular jurisdiction and sana travel to the next according to what I heard from you and lawyer Adolfo no one fa and some now call the appropriate quarters enti babia odekoye in the first place no na ekire say ono ano onim na dwuma. And these are some of the reasons in America say I'm not a lawyer, but these are one of the reasons I'm a kai pass a most cite here say asem no kran babia nkana eso odekono wan hu amfa nko. It was
enti yenjina Cecilia da package na so.
Okay.
Ekoba no ekowie sen.
You see, Uncle Ye, because of the way Yenina na ye body triso. In fact, I will not include myself because my body triso. Ekoba say Uncle Sishi because of the way a Ghana phobia. Take through MPP form create a special prosecutor's office. A body triso. They made it look as if say it was a witch hunting situation on Cecilia Dapa. Knowing very well say in any other jurisdiction across the globe, one person couldn't have kept that monies in his or her house. Are there no banks? Where were the source of the monies? Various sources of the monies were declared. And now minute hey, ubet me card on sasi wo say, "Ma Mrs. Ladapa, ni sika wonya ye no sources no mo declare ye no. They were reasonable enough. Say ebi and sawabo. Ebi and who is an architect."
Yeah. Veer off cra.
Direct me, redirect me.
Because what can your friend say lawyer Adolfo, for instance, on Cecilia Dapa case? Lawyer no catch will say OSP. Mami I will say o the subo A B C D abono no. Only problem with the subo na the abono no. But it is said there asamaba that borders on constitutional interpretation. Was me the High Court. It will be out in Chebia bet me I say no. High Court no saying High Court no any jurisdiction no until you have not even invoked the jurisdiction of the court properly. Meme jina ncheme timi akasa ampampa so na se wokọ na court no ne de meme kan ya adwene a o friend no persecution.
You see say what they call the wrong on say nya sabi nyanse ne ba ko fotrim. Were a lawyer, lawyer just so your lawyer. There were other many lawyers and indeed nipa no create office nankasa no ono so your lawyer. I want to believe say there should have been people at least or more advising in this direction say asem no this is the area of jurisdiction e be obetment yako mean jindi say special prosecutor even though your partner so no substantive special prosecutor no asem beto nanimo a he will just take it alone and do everything without consulting people he knows. You understand? Court know the court, you know. It was not the proper jurisdiction. Couldn't they have advised him, say, this is not the right jurisdiction, so we will guide you in one way because a law.
Court no.
Yes, the court should explain to you, sir, this ABC are the reason, in my layman's opinion.
Okay.
Sir, as some now in the first place, this is not the jurisdiction. Because before some of the Kokrokoo, you might have,
consulted other people.
Exactly.
Okay.
If he sent it to the wrong jurisdiction, why must we crucify him at the end of the day, make the case as if to say nothing happened at all, and so Cecilia Dapa is free to have the money? Why not? I mean, it's because you're pattern. You're pattern training. And I said, it's kind of say if it's actually, you just like a back to the coffers. So you don't just throw it away without guiding. Court, they guide when you take an issue to them. They guide you the procedures and where areas that you should take it to, because to say them can answer any back and forth.
Mate, yaw asane tano me da se papa. Now, Honorable Efia, over 15 minutes, but also found here.
Yo, Cardinal Medasibium, Medinchia, Cassim, Medima, Peace, FMT, Funina. Damasemi, a tea, Minia, Numa, way, Dicanwa Casa, Kabila, na Minia Yao, Mesmedia.
Hey, that
Media Boaba.
Tiada for me, and son.
It's your way, Basana.
You.
In some now, Wakanunka, Miyanka met a Caribbean Basa from a legal point of view. But Osande Brini Senti, I will just focus on discussion. But at least in some Libya, again, they would answer our point will be the special prosecutor. I could act in him. The person should have been a lawyer of good standing in not less than 12 years.
Right.
In Chinwa. So be a 12 years at the bar. No chere nipa no wa brusini obotumpu wa calling or Supreme Court. Because High Court 10, Court of Appeal 12 years. Supreme Court 15 years. The person nipa no na original be from the legal point of view. Yenua Kisieja Bena at the time of appointing a special prosecutor, no, I try even 15 years at the bar. Until now, a senior
And he was a
lawyer. Exactly, second. Mebaho. Until, of course, Onyana Nkote so no yejuma. He has a whole team, lawyers in our Kawa. Ian as lawyers, Yajitum, the Yansa, Oninipa Krunitim. It is a file application be or court be na say be and follow the due process and now they be a file on wrong forum. Judge in Ghana, you practice your system of you know. On your judge na ono oba becho de fefa hadi and de fefa. Ono de otino de that's my brain. It you know lawyers on both sides, you know, said they asamna wada no forum near correct. Another forum near wrong. It is our annual research ye. Now I'm sure wo right forum. Now say wo other counterparts. Oba no oba challenge na court in Obugwa. And one thing was said they use and there. Oba in Crawford one found who there or you're very very critical for the state because I'm sure asama came na mempedemoko. Say obi niska obi kitaniska onya na ebe che bibi office ka no fanto. Obi botum odiskano order to bank obi the botto asase obi the base fee obi the entino the mere fact there ebia obi sika woni ho no onkyere de nipa no weku wia che the produce further evidence or che de bia and that was where obotum wa a leading ground ebia akwa to the egina we say mu boru awukem na mu de bia 1 million or da wukema. The first question I will be beside now 1 million in Yahweh. So the burden of proof, you know, what I told you the away then check him. Say too much baby I wish can fear. Oh son in 2 months then further investigations and then so when the issue about stealing a case is that the pan case are not or you stealing or ball ne house help and microphone who if you could do the way we are niska. And I should shame no coach the sikana was where we are no nimu you do. It's in Crawford suspect they be a onye sika ni fi kwan bonedo. Ena order them investigation scene or the bay. It's in the burden is on the investigative body. The obe shishema kodru baby. It's oshishema so na say enya bibi amfa mbona. Entu me mfa nkudru chinti kakra mesre ne there. Or you very easy for someone to be accused. But you have to go beyond mere allegations and accusations to find someone guilty. Until now, we hear that you best strength in institutions to the office of the special prosecutor. In fact, when this special prosecutor's office was created, you said that creating for the purpose the obequatia kratasishe in Aproi. 80 powers at it, offices are established in Ayan Farm. The office of the special prosecutor was given all of these mandates. Why the special prosecutor na Urake no Furiata Nesaga Yegudriye Kawade? Ura Martina midu 2018 and our power as special prosecutor or Ghana. What's special prosecutor?